We're in a time of great peril and great possibility, when history can go two ways at once. And there's a need for young people to decide that they're going to push things in the right direction. This summer will be the 50th anniversary of Freedom Summer, when young people across the country came to the South to really focus on pushing our country forward and making sure that all of us could vote. And here we are a half-century later, and we find voting rights in the crosshairs once again.
What do you consider good traits of a leader or an advocate?
At the end of the day, a leader has to be able to feed their troops and lead them to victory. Each generation is born with the same capacity for change. The question is, do we provide the inspiration, the leadership, and the space for young people to get involved? I don't believe in fighting the good fight. I believe in winning the good fight. I have always made it my responsibility as an organizer to both explain to people what I think we can win and therefore what we can't win, how we're going to win, and then to make sure that we win. And that's ultimately what motivates and inspires people and convinces them to join you. If you look at any great movement in the history of this country, you can predict its future by simply looking at the position of young people in that movement. We've got to get young people up front. They will bring the energy, they will bring the drive, but they will also bring the longevity.
How did you deal with race relations in your undergrad or even now, helping the college students, helping to bridge the gap between different issues that happen between blacks and whites, Caucasians and Hispanics?
This is sort of year one, if you will, of the last 30 years of our country of whites being a majority. That change is expected to happen somewhere in 2042, 2043. I might situate the conversation not in the present, but in the future. It's easier for people to talk about the future than the present. And just simply, have a series of conversations about 2043. What do we want to be 3 decades from now? Ultimately, the conversation that needs to be had is one about how similar we are.
We talk about people like Nelson Mandela, who we're still mourning, great warrior saint. Dr. King, Rosa Parks, Shirley Chisholm. What all these folks have in common is that they decided to lead. But the secret is that there's really no secret to leadership, other than you have to choose. The other thing about them, what they have in common, is that when we talk about them during this time of year, we tend to put them on pedestals so high that we discourage young people from believing that they can achieve what they achieve in terms of leadership. My grandmother's 97 years old. She carries with her the wisdom of at least 200 years, the 100 years she's lived and the 100 years of stories that were handed down to her in her childhood. When I'm really wrestling with something, I go to my grandmother's table and I just put my burden down on it and I said, Grandma, what happened? You said that we were the children of a dream, that you and Dr. King and our parents and so many others had broken the gates open, that you had gotten rid of Jim Crow. And she said, baby, it's sad, but it's simple. We got what we fought for, but we lost what we had. We got the right to be a police officer. We lost the right to live in safe communities. We outlawed segregation, and we got resegregation even greater in some places than before.
Frederick Douglass told all of us, power concedes nothing without demand. And we have no demands more important right now than securing our right to vote, tackling mass incarceration, and making sure that every young person who wants a job can find one, which often leads us right into our schools.
Remember what my grandfather used to always say. He was a quiet man. But one of the things he would repeat is, son, don't let the perfect get in the way of the good. Please don't bring me a perfect plan for anything, because there ain't no perfect plan. If you pick that battle that you are willing to win, you are willing to devote your life to, you will usually win in the end simply because you have the greater will. You are willing to fight until the end. There's no secret to leadership. There is just, at the end of the day, the question of whether or not you're willing to choose.
A production of the University of Rochester. Please visit us online and subscribe to our channel for more videos.